I am here with Representative Kendra Johnson, all the way from the great state of Delaware. Delaware's in the house. Hey,
Delaware.
Delaware, right. Also, where President Biden hails from. It's so good to have you here, and I know you just left a session talking about AI.
Yes.
Which I'm so glad is on the menu to talk about, because in this last election, we saw deep fake after deep fake, misinformation, disinformation. And when I spoke with a lot of civil rights leaders, that was one of their biggest concerns, is how are we going to face that, not just with that election, but going forward in politics in general. Has that been a concern of yours?
Because of the election, absolutely a concern. Prior to that, I just thought innovation. Innovation is amazing.
Right.
Election happened. I am fearful. What are we going to do? I have my own assumptions about what has happened, but how do we move forward? How do we know that deep fakes and disinformation is a real thing? And how do we educate our communities to be able to know the difference?
Is that something that, on the policy level that you're looking to, or your house is looking to address? Because I know in some states, they got bad information when it came to voting polls. I know some states are having to combat information when it came to services that people could get when the hurricane came through, and are blaming it on government when it is some people just trying to come through and infiltrate certain systems. How are you all dealing with that?
So Delaware, aka Biden land, right? Because of our size and because representatives and senators are easily accessible, that wasn't a huge problem for us because they know you can call Rep. Kendra Johnson on her cell phone. I will answer and give you the information that you need, right? So that wasn't really a big problem for us. The other thing that, as a representative, anytime information was coming out from Delaware elections.gov, if I saw it on Facebook, wherever I saw, I posted it again so that people had that information in front of them, and young people too, right? And I just kept posting, so you know where your polling locations are. You know the telephone number if you stand in line and you think something nefarious is going to happen. And so I think because of our size, one, and the way our General Assembly works in general, right? We are all easily accessible.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So what are the major issues when it comes to your constituents that you are dealing with and putting forth? What is the legislation that you want to put forth in the next year?
Oh, God. There's so much. So,
yeah.
Okay, let me see.
I know housing has really been a huge issue.
I am the chair of housing. How about that? So, well, since you said housing, we'll talk about that. So, I'm the chair of Housing and Community Affairs. This last session passed a bill that requires us to create a affordable housing task force. Okay? We've already created that Affordable Housing Task Force. I am one of the co-chairs on that task force. We've been meeting since September. We've been very aggressive because we already have a problem. And the problem was not created overnight. Yet here we are, and we need to be aggressive about how we increase affordable housing. We must be aggressive. People do not understand. Most times folks are like, oh, are you talking about Section 8? Are you talking about, and I said, let me educate you, okay? We don't have enough Section 8. We do not, but we really don't have enough affordable housing. An educator, a teacher in our school district ought not be struggling.
Come on.
Because they can't find affordable housing. Now, if you are affluent in Delaware, you can live anywhere you want to live. We have a shortage in apartments. We have a shortage overall affordability, and it must be addressed. Regular people need housing, right? I'm a little geek, I'm gonna tell you now. First thing I think about is the triangle.
Okay.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. In order for me to achieve self-actualization, you require your foundation. And that foundation is your shelter, it is your food,
Absolutely.
it is your safety. If you don't have any of these things, you will never get to the top of that triangle or your goals. There it is. Yeah, I could talk about it forever. Let me breathe.
No, it's good, but tying into that is also education. Affordability.
Yes.
How are you, in light of the Trump administration that's going to be coming to the office, being sworn into January 20th, how are you leading your constituents? What are some of the goals that you have? We have an administration coming in that is committed to slashing DEI. That we had an administration that was talking about affordable schooling and lowering the cost of education. But we don't know what that's going to look like. So whether it's education or healthcare, what is the plan you're laying forth in other areas?
So, I am a proud Delawarean. Okay, that's the first thing. I am proud of the General Assembly, not just this one, but previous General Assemblies as well, because they have been ahead of the curve. So what am I talking about? Two things. So I'll do that first. Prime example of forward thinking of Delaware. 8 or 10 years ago, reproductive rights / abortion was codified in our Constitution. Way before, Roe versus Wade was overturned. That is the type of preparedness that Delaware has done for Delawareans.
Okay.
And so while there are unknowns and concerns as it relates to this upcoming presidency, I am confident in myself and my colleagues in that we've already begun to lay the groundwork to maintain the safety and the happiness of Delawareans. And then speaking to myself personally, outside of being a legislator, I am a proud Black woman.
Talk about it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Black people, we are resilient. This here, nothing. We have already proven how resilient we are. And we will make it through this, and we will smile and shine through it as we always have.